Hello. It is still September 18th, Wednesday afternoon. There's more to my story. So I told you that my mother found out that I was to inherit a great deal of wealth when I was a child. And in return, she turned me over to a family member who was involved with the Illuminati. They did rituals, blood rituals, and sexual rituals against me, on me, with me. They used me and my gifts, my blood, which can heal. I am a direct descendant of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene. Yes, that story is true. Please forgive me. I'm quite nervous right now. Anyway, so in their greed, that is why they did that. Because their greed and their hate for anything that was not for them. My entire life has been nothing but bad luck. I've been into marriages. Both were abusive. My first marriage, I had 5 children and 1 miscarriage. My 5 children were kidnapped by their father. I have not seen or heard from them for 22 years. My family did this. They did this to me to keep me down. I miss my children with all my heart. I was a good mother. I was a Sunday school teacher. I've always loved God. I've always been a woman of faith. When I was quite young, around 5, as I remember it, I remember thinking, I will never be a woman like my mother. I will never treat my children the way she treats me. I am going to be a good mom. I'm going to be a good person. And that's what I did. I set out in my life to do nothing but love one another, love another individual. I've tried sharing the word with anybody and everyone I can throughout my life. I'm going to be 52 in November. I've lived in Reno, Nevada my entire adult life. I lived in Idaho for 4 years. Let's see, my mother has been married 6 different times. My father, she left. It was a planned divorce. She saved up money on the sly and then made me watch as she met him at the door one night when he came home from work with divorce papers. And I remember the look on his face. He was devastated. He had no idea it was coming. I loved my dad. I still love my dad. He passed away, as I said in a couple videos back. My dad was wounded as a young child as well. He was molested. So he was damaged and really didn't know how to deal with love or affection at all. I remember about 8 years ago, he cut communication off with me because he said I was too emotional and he couldn't handle me. I understood then, but I understand even more now. This whole thing, my entire life, has been a plot that my family, I don't know all the members of my family that were involved. I'm not going to name any names because that's not what I'm about. I'm not about revenge. What I'm about is living my life with some kind of peace and love. I just want love. I want my children back. That's what I really want. I didn't even want to be a mom when I was growing up. I didn't want to be a mom. I wanted to be a doctor, a lawyer, the first woman president of the United States. But I did have children. I got pregnant at 19, unwed, and my family was just disgusted with me. How can you do this, Heather? How can you raise a child without a father? Well, I did. I grew up real quick, and I was a good mother. I'm still a good mother. I have another daughter I had with another man when I was in my 30s. Her name's Victoria. She is my true hero. That young woman saved my life. My second marriage was to a man named John Maselli, who's a sex offender. He's not been convicted yet, but he is. He molested my young daughter from the age of 6 to the age of 12. He poisoned me. He was giving me something in my food at night to keep me from knowing, so that he could do what he did and then do what he was going to do with me on the internet. He took pictures that were private, put them on social media, dating websites, things like that. Tried to blackmail me for the most part emotionally. Always telling me that I was the cheater, I was the liar, I was the bad one. That's all I've heard all my life. When I knew in my heart I wasn't. Let me see, about 9 years into my second marriage with this narcissist, I had had enough. I started fighting back in my marriage. He was strangling me, beating me, and molesting my daughter, which I didn't know at that time because of the way he was poisoning me. Apparently, he has something to do with my family as well. I have not seen my youngest daughter in a good long time. She's afraid to come near me because he's still following me. He stalks me. It's been 3 years since I left him. Now, after 9 years of being married to him, I started building myself up internally without telling him. I didn't let on. I just got cold. I moved to the very other side of the bed, not wanting to touch him, not wanting to talk to him. He literally made me want to vomit, just the thought of him touching me. I remember being in jail once because I was fighting back. I would fight back, yeah. I had a few domestic battery charges. I was arrested quite a few times. One of them was battery with a deadly weapon because I almost slit his throat. I had a knife and I was gonna slit his throat. I just had enough of anybody abusing me. I was not gonna let anybody hurt me anymore for no reason, for any reason. Anyway, I was sitting in jail and somebody from CPS came to see me and they told me that if you are strangled, you are 87% more likely to die at the hand of your perpetrator. That hit me hard. It hit me hard. But it still took me a couple years to figure out that it wasn't what I needed. I didn't need somebody trying to kill me, trying to keep me down. What I needed was somebody trying to love me, or actually loving me. So I decided to love myself. I started doing positive affirmations. I am brave and courageous. I am worthy. I am a good woman. I have a good heart. I'm not a liar. I'm not a cheater. And I said these things to myself over and over and over and over again. I'm a good mom. I am not what they tell me I am, because that's all they've ever said to me to keep me down. You're a bad woman. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't happen. If it wasn't for you, all these bad things wouldn't happen. You were so hard to handle as a child. You were very out of control. I was a good student. Actually, I was an honor student. I was in honors classes. I tried the hardest I could ever try every single day of my life to be something that I was never going to be to them. Because they didn't want me to be. They wanted me down. They wanted me in the mires, in this mud, stuck in depression and no self-worth. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. I am a very strong woman. I'm a very courageous woman, and I have a heart of gold. I have proven every single thing that they've ever said to me or about me, proven them wrong. And there's so many people that can attest to this. I'm not a liar. In fact, I did everything I could to do with the absolutely opposite of what they were saying. So if they said that I was a liar, I made sure that I never told a lie. They said I'm a cheater. I don't cheat. I'm not a thief. I am not a thief. I now cannot go to my grandma's house as she's in her 90s because they told her that I'm a thief. She thinks I'm going to steal her credit cards. Or God forbid, just, I don't know. I have come to a point in my life where even if they stole my inheritance, oh well. I'd rather have the love in my heart and the knowledge that I am a good person, that I am not what they say I am. I can live without money because the universe provides for me. God provides for me every single day the things I need. I don't need all the riches in the world. Oh, it would be nice, yeah. I have plans. I have a lot of plans in my mind. I have all these goals and aspirations to help the downtrodden, the meek. It says in the Bible, the meek shall inherit the earth, and we will conquer with love. We just shine our love light in the darkness, and we overcome. That's my truth. Namaste.